all day. Ekosiisen dwumadi no asugu so a otie no ma yana mo nyina asene ensan so ma makwa ba bi we the discussion segment no so sponsored by Nova Plaster and a Franco Trading Enterprise. So mo de boy me the discussion segment no epremo in studio Honorable Daniel Ni Kwate Titus Glover Eric Ejay or a Deputy Regional Communications Officer ma NDC Wabono region and a member of the National Communications team as well. James Kwabena Bonfe, popularly known as Kabila, or a managing editor of the National Forum newspaper. And Timpenny for me and saying anyone a bidding come already. Mama Honorable Titus Glover Akwaba. Kabila Akwaba Bibia Boko there.
Ya nya obi. Na me dom me na nanom se srewenya.
Yeah.
Yenwu ya. Inim de ebenya.
Sure.
On say srewenya no the me kasa be ye translation. The eka nyina ne say ni wufo anase funu nko na ahia
Semper FM 94.7
is poor indeed. Nti the ekre nyina ne say the your friend say the semiotic meaning of it. And I say ni nchemu pa ne say wonwu ya unnim de ubenya nti e won kwamu yi no na e wade nyina nti ye sori na nyame mankwa edom ye ne a na e de aseda ayeye e de ama no ye nsusu emmo ye ho abomfia na me de migidie ne say oman we Ghana na me ahira na ye gunyame animu asene obrabone ayebo ye nsuro nyame ye mpe no kre ye ni nuado ye ni kro ye afi susu ye ni ahobrase. That's a problem. No humility. Obinya tumi kakra bia ofise wawie. Anso abakosam kire ye say o my Ghana emre ye ni nkaso. Ghana enti pani ben pa na say tumi die wana di tumi wo man mu hanom a sabi ni tumi die ma wie da. A wo konya position kitwa bia ufisa usubi mada. Said de bibia wa hyase no.
Sane wa wie. James Kwabena Bonfe. Eric Ejay Akwaba me ne net saying
obi ya me adom now so
adom bibia bo.
Na de wa ye interview so.
Na de interviews come.
Ona bo asibe kasa. Obi a me pe na asem.
Sure.
Akasa. Basa hoden o.
Oh, adom ya. You look down aden.
Oh me okay. Say onim say me start here.
Yeah, uhiti kakra is true.
But Bible say adin na mu yemfase
da manyame. Yeah.
And I said the minia penny Kabila kan no. What ya see die. Now when yami our house.
Oh adin na.
Nti bibia woko.
Almost kabono kakra.
Ne ma menchia jama no fufu nyina. Say ho de yakwabono ne yeka. Nti mechia be nyina.
Omojo.
And I say so cashew na start.
Omo start twa.
No cashew no say cashew not in season na ni nti scafo na am okrum betimi akwa akotobi.
Hamatan period.
Okay.
And it's a cashew number. Matis a kilo and I think it's 50 pesos or so.
Per kilo.
Yeah, and
they're born over from an eye.
Yeah, we de yana Ukraine.
A 2-4 bowl.
It may go to see the 50 pesos. But I think last year or so, tree crop for no.
Okay.
They did some facilitation. I'm say there's a price ceiling now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, intimate go below 6 Ghana also.
Oh, that's good. The honorable Kwetu ono.
Honor.
Former MP. Ono ye CEO of the Tree Crop Authority. Yeah.
Now what you may be on crown on way.
Na ya na also on the price ceiling about.
Omo na dey enu about wo ba. I didn't know. Okay, easy but you the brave chance.
Anyways.
But honorable baby on them be a mechano. I like him. You see, said they not testers in didn't know how dance here. Nipe bia ye de adwuma hye won sa na ye ni ye kai wo. As a Ghana better has o my Ghana. Mpenimfo abatwam kodo so pa. But say ka Ghana bakosem a anya hwe ye wodin bi mo ayeden yebo. And even aside that o command bi amu a te say dem bring half region when you be edin amono also a champion judgments those people are there. They left a legacy. And see, I think say SCB on cost on yen, and we politicians are there by acquire like no. Say, my buying in your man kui and meet me be manuaka. Your problem, Panama. It is all starting now. Well, who is on call for no yen, maybe crying. Once say a bro for a mood reply auntie. Or your anti president, or your anti wine. And there's yet the anti no boa. Oh, it can be beer. And no MP to me both seats, yes, here too. Because we anti. But true. I think academic knowledge, and until I got an association, until I thought that now there are some of mine. So. Very well, very well. For more often, I'm joining in your discussion segment here, 19 minutes after 5. One of the big stories and the change in the leadership of the minority bench in Ghana's parliament. Ebia won't say, by letter, a leaky letter, a free Honorable Fifi Fiavekwete, General Secretary of the NDC, to the Right Honorable Speaker, Right Honorable A.S.K. Bagben. It's dated 23rd January 2023. Dear Mr. Speaker, notice of changes in the leadership of NDC party in Parliament. The national leadership of the NDC wishes to formally bring to your notice the following changes the party has undertaken in its parliamentary leadership. Minority Leader, Honorable Dr. KCL Atoforsen. Deputy Minority Leader, Honorable Kofi Ama-Boa. Minority Whip, Honorable Kwame Agboja. First Deputy Whip, Honorable Ahmed Ibrahim. Second Deputy Whip, Honorable Comfort Doyo Gansa. The new leadership would be charged to recommend consequential changes in the ranking membership to headquarters of the party for approval. Please accept the assurance of our highest regard. Thank you. Signed, Fifi Fiavekwete, General Secretary. Since the story broke, Mobekaya Ewieyene Professor Jampo Edin Komo or my opinion on what has happened. Parliamentary correspondent Kasai, he made a point, say he is currently on tour with minority members on the health committee. Visited some Agenda 111 project. Now, minority members know Ekai said they are shocked because they've not had this discussion at all on changes here. And now, after yene Honorable Ibrahim Mutala Mohammed, Tamale Central MPD in Komo, and he was quite livid. Say, the parliamentary caucus was not consulted at all. Now, Omunumunina baby Yankai said. Omoni nye omo leadership na ho nti then on one basis and national party leadership ebesesa and you know hwe say the decision will be rescinded and anyway na afia na correspondent or what Tamale edin komo Martina Bugri the two when you show video no ma munyina mu hui party for na mass up ewo Tamale South constituency party office. So far na yente free national executive member biya. But the party chairman was gracious enough to grant us an interview. And Yenuya Bako from Joy News, Echo Party Headquarters, and the national chairman of the party, Johnson Asiedun Ketia, Edin Komo, Yentien in Semnibi.
Thank you very much. It is true. Chief Whip. And then we maintain Honorable Doyo Ganza and Honorable Ahmed Ibrahim. So this make up the new list of leadership in Parliament.
There's the obvious question as to why the NDC is taking the decision now.
Well, there are two questions. Why we are taking the decision and why now? And I guess the answer is the same. We started reorganization of our structures to be able to position ourselves to fight election 2024. We started that more than a year ago. We started at the branch level. We've since done elections in about 40,000 branches. And then from there, we proceeded to constituency level. We've done largely with all the constituencies, and then we've done regional elections, and we just completed the national elections. So the next in line is to take a look at our leadership in Parliament, and that is what we've just done. So in terms of timing, it is in line with the way we are prosecuting the national reorganization. And in terms of why, it means what it tells you is that the only constant thing in nature is change. And so since the environment is changing, leadership and many other things must change along the new environment. We know, for instance, that going into election 2024, the economy is going to be the major battleground. And so many of the debates and other discussions will focus on the economy. So you better put your best man in the economy forward. And that is what we've done. And then we also looked at energy, you know, this petroleum and electricity challenges. And so we needed to settle on Kofi Amabua, our former minister, to be the deputy minority leader. And then the other area is infrastructure, and Kwame Ogboja being our man in infrastructure should play a key role. So that generally is what informed the changes. But there are other things that are coincidental. You take the leadership of Parliament, we are bound to organize ourselves in such a way that by and large we provide for regional balance and other balances in our ways of doing things. And so since it is very difficult to get representation of 16 regions in 5 appointments, you need to do a lot of mathematics. And our view is that the balance cannot be secured with only one segment of the party. So the elections have turned out certain leaders. We already have other leaders that are already existing. And then also, if we are doing appointments, we take all these as a whole to try and see how we can get a fair balance. When you look at Western region, it's one region that has not been represented on the front bench for a long while. I remember when we were in 92 thereabout, 93 thereabout, that we put somebody on the front bench for a while, and that ended it. So it's a significant region that we need to look at. So when we got the combination of Kofi Amabua from Western region, and he being also very conversant with the energy sector, we thought that it was a good choice, so we put him there. Central region is the same. As for Central region, I think we have, there too, for a long while, we haven't gotten a leader there from that time. Since the time of, I think, Amabenyuado also, we have since not gotten anybody from there. And so we felt there was a need to do this type of spread. And then when you look at the 2 regions that give us the highest number of MPs, Greater Accra and Volta region, they definitely have to be represented. So you have Doyo retained, and then you have Kwame Ogboja also being appointed. One will ask why, because we have Dr. Aveji as a deputy minority leader then. Dr. Aveji has just informed us that he's not contesting elections again. But the good thing about this leadership is that it adds something to your weight, so that apart from your own constituency, you can also reach out to help other constituencies. And so if you have an MP who is no longer contesting, we felt that it would be better to put an MP who will be contesting so he can reach out to other constituencies and support. And so, but a point that we need to make is that the change has nothing to do with the performance of the leaders at all. What it has a lot to do about is that the environment is changing. And so if you are a football coach and the team you are facing and the game style they are adopting is not in keeping with the players you have put out there, you will do yourself a lot of good.
I was just about going to that point because the description in the media is that there is a revolt in the NDC, a reason for which you're changing the first two men at the forefront in Parliament. Have you spoken to these gentlemen involved, and do you have their blessings?
Yes, we sent a senior person in the party to engage them and let them know that this is the way we are going to handle it. Naturally, it will not be a pleasant news, but at least you need to give them the respect. So we communicated to them before writing the letters to them. And apart from the letter we have written to Mr. Speaker, each of them has been written a special letter acknowledging their contributions whilst they were in the leadership, and then thanking them and assuring them that the change has nothing to do with their competence or otherwise, but it has everything to do with the changing times and the changing field. And so that's about it.
General, you are one of the longest serving party officers of the NDC. Some say we've never seen this in the history of the NDC, and that it is not strategic for you to take this decision with less than 2 years to the next general elections. What would you say to someone who would term this decision or this new appointment as not being strategic enough for the NDC?
I don't know what is not strategic about this. You say you haven't seen it in NDC. You haven't seen 2022 in NDC or 2023 in NDC before. This is the only 2023 that you are seeing. And so it comes with its challenges. I have indicated to you the chronicle of reorganization events from branch to this level. And this is the best time to proceed. And so that is what we have done. But opinions are like panties. Anybody has theirs. So I guess people are free to hold their opinions.
So let's explore one of such opinions, comparing Haruna Idrisu and your new minority leader, Dr. Kisalato Forson. Many believe that in terms of the weight, the charisma and the following they have, you would want to choose Haruna over Kisalato Forson, for instance?
I have indicated to you why we are choosing Kisalato Forson, and I don't think that there's the need to rehash. And there shouldn't be any reason to compare them. We are comparing them on what basis? One is a finance expert, the other is a consummate lawyer. So are you going to compare them in the legal field or finance field or what? They are different people, so they cannot be compared.
How about Muntaka? He's someone who's credited for giving you a good chance in Parliament.
94.7 Asempa FM. So ninti na a 16-minute interview. Ya bomu be 8-9 minutes. But I think the essential points now have been captured in the interview. At least reasons in tia national executive no take a decision we no amayehu. And number 2 process obo femu, and he makes the point say omoma senior party member bi and a corner wonko kasai and I follow up with a letter to them and son of the speaker cry letter no eko aquakomano. And that is the point Asiedun Ketia makes in that particular interview. Honorable Daniel Nikwate Titus Glover, why a member of parliament, that you understand how some of these things work. What do you think is happening ewo NDC?
Na NDC for go nyama sem anka ni kwate dem fa ben ba said ya media ba minua Eric Besina no asim awusa wusa die Wa mama konya se minkyere madwen. Na to start with,
Asempa FM.
Obegu party they say.
Obegu party.
National chairman he take decisions as Obegu party.
Meba. Tie me.
Me too.
Na osidi you are going to take a very sensitive, essential decision like this. And you as the national chairman and the general secretary, the two most important personalities in the national leadership, want to me and Fred one transit. Then you delegate people to go and speak to them. Is this right? Say national chairman, general secretary. Now move taking a decision can say the minority leader who has held your fort for 6 years, 1 month in the new year. Both the outgone and the current one for no, I mean for. Because 6th Parliament, Nahana Dusu was the Minister for Trade and Industry.
Okay.
I was the deputy ranking member for Trade and Industry. And I'm a chairman, and a honorable Amadu Sorogo.
Okay.
And my ranking member was Professor Jambafo. The International Trade Commission bill, we worked together. I worked so closely with Aruna.
Is that an interpretation?
All over. Now, Obia, we're the Minister for Trade, Minister for first communications and about trade,
employment, labor relations.
Jadi mbaya no anga manage you. Na me busa for the TM was soro no. Omo come on and no go share.
Employment and labor relations, yes.
What is happening? And they say who take a decision say ya. I mean sabi, omo nim say to me dey na bona you din emere you din kaso.
You nin kaso.
Na wo pese wo sisa no at least it is fair and proper say wo be frema dey above. You are the father. You are the national chairman. Reasons are having an in which no or can the own do can now would you go so be so say young from country of Wusa Obi say Cosichum Minka and Sisa and not Ken Epese or you every show we so and you got different roller administratively they will invite you have a discussion with you proper discussion with you at a meeting. Oh Obi say ntia pese ye we ma wo koy adwuma we adima ye enye say ye gi adwuma refu but we hu say ya ho de no e ko fo wa and the moment na ko so an maye it is nice, it's a respect, but what you for bisu or senior elders someone from kasa the way you communicate some be communicate and the hono wutin now when the maye no is an administrative change. Because the leadership of the minority, Ubaya Femwa, Yenya Diano, says steering committee, president war, vice president war, chief of staff war, you take a decision. You have to connect from neck, not council, a feminine up. That is how you effect changes. But say to get your die or dog die, sorry, you know, or so you mutaka free or you aruna free or you mutaka free.
But you cannot make those.
Oh, please.
You cannot describe him in those terms. Sorry, say, or a national chairman. Mind you, say, he was voted as national chairman on the promise, say, or you bold, or to take bold decisions. And this is one of them.
Who take a decision? Decision will take, you must take a decision that will not be injurious.
How is this injurious?
That is should be respectful. What is that? What this leadership do? Try of fast or the year of free honor. It's total disrespect. I don't know what for be so. Is that the way you communicate? I don't know what Mutanfo. Mutaka Mutanfo. Have a gidia waka or so did also go biom and if you know what's fair. But today Harry Dusu is an enemy to you. Muntaka is a devil to you. So by so says Sanoa. This is what you call for so. I don't think but I know this. Say we to Messi. What even that in 2021 you remember the attack, the vilification, the recrimination. Sami Jefi Edugu, the leadership in parliament. You remember? Some Jevi, a cancer market.
Yeah, but they've since reconciled.
Please, Nina Kamubi. To the extent, says Speaker of Parliament, Grano, Ebicano, some Jevi, attack. So it started way back from there. Some Jevi attack the verification or the Gumutakanomuso and Yarunamumuso, including Speaker Balding. So this is not new.
Asempa FM.
It is not new at all.
7.
Na, a idea. Yes, na a minute trouble desire is in good ya. So be running meet. You have running meeting, mano. Mimale. O see, I'm running meeting from mano. Young farmer na the bufu ye, and as you said, and the medi national chairman. Meet say ya kaya said national chairman Mongodi. Monjamin Min on jamming your penny for some of non dinner or say changing odi. Ena the Ekosiisen. Enti me bisa no say as president flag bearers no the name of flag bearers one. Where the chairman any what flag bearer the JD won ye. I'm telling you. On ye pa. Because me ntia niema na oye no me sheda entiase papa.
But okay, niema na oye na as oba we take some major the first major decision ni.
And the niema ben ya oye. Cancerous.
Way.
Decision way.
Are you saying say all the reasons he gave? No, they won't say. The fact that atu force. Yes, in 2024,
running mates on free central region.
For 2020,
didn't this satisfy the central region?
Running mate for 2020. You don't know the running mate in 2024.
Me say central region has been captured in the scheme of things. And I will say, I'm not in doubt of the capacity of the new leadership in the minority. Are too fantastic in his delivery. Which was here. Even as a ranking for finance, baby, or Yenny, if any saying, ne delivery, you can see the wisdom. So you don't necessarily ask Atu to become the minority leader for him to follow what you said.
Because I said, don't get here, say in 2024, the elections will be about the economy. And they need somebody who is strong on the economy to lead them.
But so you don't need Atu, who is a spokesperson on finance, who is the or Kasa, who tier the Okasa. So you don't need him to become your minority leader before you can the person you know. Some your press conference on the economy, I would not cede to him.
That's true.
I would not money intro now was ceded the mano. Majority of the delivery when it comes to the economy and the finance are to there. So you don't need him to come and be on the front bench and do whatever he wants to do. And you see waiting. Professor Mills, Dr. Misata, are they not from the central region?
They are.
Having they paid their dues very well in the NDC? And the analysis being mosquito.
General Mosquito.
Good. Analysis being anyway. Madam Hunsa Otaru Napa. Otano.
Ah, that's what they all go too far.
Otano.
I will be a national chairman. Time minority leader.
The once the microphone on Macam was raw. Once a Macam was raw.
Almost a part in rescinding the decision.
Once a Macam was raw. What has Haruna done?
No, but are you saying, say, Haruna would have been minority leader till thy kingdom come?
I'm not saying that.
Yeah, he was always going to be changed at a point.
And not Anajo, or PM Express.
Sure.
94.7.
No, so on your way. Can
you imagine? Is it the Odiasem Babao? Kofi from Pong. Kweku from Pong. Kabila, who offer no Edabene wool. So see you offer. I said, look at Odiasem Babao. Odiasem Baba. Ontuni Boise. People have sacrificed in this NDC. I'm not saying he hasn't. He has, jointly, collectively. But Namona Otunu is not helping the NDC.
And you cry more than me.
He is not helping the NDC. We need the NDC to be in the opposition. We need them there.
A strong opposition.
Yes, we need them there. But the way he is going, he's killing the party. Maybe they are not saying it. But the Americans say, if indeed they want to effect the changes you leave it in the larger forum.
Asempa FM.
The steering committee.
94.7.
The National Council, at least.
Functional executive.
No, but who says they didn't do that? From everything that Sedun Kati has said, of course.
Who is our neck and National Council?
But obviously, neck ne be taking decision.
The next neck taking decision.
National Council.
Omomuni National Council.
Functional Executive Committee.
Congress, neck, and a fake.
National Council.
Yeah.
They were not involved. They were not involved.
How do you know?
But if they are involved, who know? Because the people, this Haruna Muntaka,
They should be part of.
They'll be part
FEC,
of. They are part of the.
They are
of the
part.
fact.
Yeah, of fake.
But they were swerved because they knew the game they were playing.
Because Mitie Muntaka in an interview with Erastus Asaridonko Okumase, Emma Okase new leadership they buy into office, no, or my neck meetings twice, or my fake meeting one, and then they almost second fake meeting. In all of those meetings, no, the issue of leadership crime
They're not discussed.
Yeah, that's what Muntaka.
So what are you
said.
hiding? What are you hiding? Then with this woman. So who says Haruna, Honorable Haruna, anyhow na Muntaka. I mean, you are the national chairman, but do it well. Do it appropriately. Even the my colleague
Mutala
Muntala
Muhammad.
Muhammad Kaya.
Yeah.
They in the minority caucus, they are
Amunyawe.
not aware. How do you expect the party and the minority caucus to work together? Because they have followers in the caucus.
Oh, that way about governance matter in Timanen
What does
Kasa.
it?
We are me about.
Maybe they are buying and say, "Would you be a shake of so?" Everybody saying, they are national chairman.
Honorable Yenefa wa no see ma
We
me
best
meeting. Tobo.
Many
We are me about. We are me about. Why?
Yeah, asrem wa asem onya reshuffle. Na mo se mo nya na ye bi wo. We okay.
Lawyer Rikeje be pacho. Mami Florida menkasa.
I know you have
Flip us up.
Honorable.
Say NDC for a year changes. I have no problem.
Okay.
The new leadership number, they are very good friends of mine.
94.7.
I related so well with all of them, both the former one and the current ones.
Yes.
I relate so well. But the processes of effecting changes, and for me, is not apt. It's really not apt. They have not shown respect to Honorable Haruna Dusu and Honorable Muntaka.
Yes.
So changing him, I have no problem. And
Would you think the former president will be aware of such a
maybe it's a
decision?
question. Because NDC for describing as a presumptive leader.
Sure.
And to make a decisive decision, important, essential decision, say, was he consulted? If he was consulted, no, say, I'm munya and JDM with the over the bar. Say, pass, and they cannot take a decision without his input.
Asempa 94.7.
As a former president who is aspiring to be their flag bearer, of course, that's a moon changes in the national leadership in parliament. That's a moon and no G2 and a GDM. Oh, a problem.
Okay. Rikeje, o party mo asem na aba.
And a GDM problem. Big problem.
Rikeje, changes in the minority leadership. Oh yeah. Uzi a leading party member na unye nru ho.
Fans bi wo han fam.
Unye nru ho.
Me a party officer.
Oh yeah, officer of the party at the regional level. Yes. It not just say we know ote ho nsem say bibi say yiba.
Oh dem.
Unya aware.
Makachere say ja that over passy to bar no. Make sure that go pentokwa.
So na wabe defend
Oh,
the
tokwa na opa ma yefie. Ye defend the enemy. Oh, each other swap of people Obi.
But Eric, are you surprised decisions way?
Obi, well, the kind of metia Asempa FM.
Yeah, Joso.
On our title, so you me papa. And this as a party. Your reformation process and you go sway
when you come from. What's that walk?
It is a party leadership taking decision. National chairman or training, I think say on my reasons in here.
Almost take a decision.
Almost take that decision.
Yeah.
And it's a question now, I mean, I wasn't aware. Say,
FM,
some of us, you know, level,
94.7.
some key decisions or more take care.
Overcome.
You better crans are babonti. And Tina, my name is Penny Kabila. Ejiachinyebiwa. No, ma'am, standing on destiny. My shepherd
of Parliament. Yeah.
Na ye ya
me catch you.
menkai near fast standing order na near can I think they all call order 7. Yeah, I think order 7 rather. I'll say minority leader means a member of parliament designated by the party.
By the party.
Designated by the party. Having the largest numerical strength in parliament,
aside
other than the
party with the party in majority.
Yeah, so
it means that the operational way, the fact that a party, you know.
Yes, that is the operational way. Don't just standing orders no one can say. So if you go to parliament,
it doesn't matter say MPs ne kra nya way emfa ho. They said the Mutala Mohammed be kind say omonya way.
The Mutala ka there, honestly speaking.
Okay. I went here and
but we almost standing orders na nkasa na. Ye to abawie na MPs ne come Rashebe Fia. Omukodu ha. I don't think the MPs na ni share say yabanti o say he head boy. There be yes sanity.
So Mutala so ankasa. Mutala said the best practice ne say. Party executives will propose to the caucus. Na caucus na adi ho nkomo na o maji
ato and that one it could be convention.
Absolutely.
Yes, it could be so convention to say they will call IPAC meeting. Na James Akacho say IPAC decision you bind
4.7.
What I say? Say sana near ye and sana near ye no. So if you are to a very leadership for taking place now, almost su say it was so making some amendment in a Bebwa party no your fortunes. I don't think that there's anything wrong with it. But more so fine amount for be raise issues. Will be any interest. And you know, yeah, politicians do. Majidi se minu mutala de na o kan o be kasa based on interest be awo. What am I saying?
FM.
As at now,
94.7.
Your caucus in parliament no maintain say 7 inch ni wa shi bi ana say bibia eden aba. What am I saying? So now the party leadership na take it. And now his statement in by now obi what kind statement na yankasa national chairman na take decision. Nti em won say wa be gina ha na wo twe chairman ko abesi wo na wa be horo no te say de ono na ko take that is party leadership. Check the word. Nana meboa.
Including all elected members.
Yes, there are elected members there. And I take a decision.
Leadership
a general secretary na Sasha. So why do you single out the national chairman?
I say don't get here. Fifi Kwete, your
party leadership.
National organizer.
Your party leadership.
National communications officer.
What is your understanding of party leadership? Say your leader and KBA. Say when you see a party constitution. If say you near Bemo,
yes,
the leader of the party
is the national chairman.
Yes, and this anka already say nunketia the nensashasi, and or trust leader of the party. We bet me translate your interpretation. They say the leader of the party na taking decision. But the leadership no, per more consultation, need the keka home, and no more arrive at this conclusion. Say they think say this is the way to go, and will be any who bet me doubt to say. Honorable Haruna Idrisu, Aveji, Ahmed Ibrahim, Doyo Gansa, and Muntaka. They've done well. Ubia enough famudi. What am I saying? But sir, Ubi a call about 2020. Osha NDC a performance.
Yes.
Yeah, the buyer. Yeah, in the history of our country, this is the first time. Yenya Mrashibedra for speaker Nankasa even coming from the side of minority group in parliament. Meaning so be abon home. But now no other you started your constituency elections. Utim say chairman be wa fight pa. Let me use this as a case study. Oko Jama South. Your chairman na no ho. So once I think and I am Chebeje after Pierre Kubi 1996 or so. Yeah, you lose you Jama South seat at the MPP. Omo dia anayami chefi na mama for buy any dey account. But there was a constituency chairman or buy was in the targeting some beji seat. Yaji seat, you know. But now no seeking for re-election. Me na me call was regional officer na me monitor election that day. He lost. The fact that he won the seat for the constituency, you know. And no my party for nanka say was all man etna subim. The same thing over regional elections I call ya. Some of the regions social performance by in 2020 it was superb. And so back when you two regional executives, maybe if you go to my region, even 70% of us you can oppose because a man for no who say a region and now you could have just one parliamentary seat, which is Banda. Now you to a berry and you claim 5 account, now 6. Now share Ura Mahama votes who improvements a bear more. Don't ask why I'm contest here. But that doesn't mean say you Juma Brososa. Or say what I say. Other people in your contest. So now about national election they're calling annual that a domna a chalky those statistics no for 2020 elections no. More contest omo. At the end of the day, different people are being a bit more call. So if you go to parliament, there's a leadership. Yeah, party structure na mabobo fi for more bedusro no. That and they make it up the party. And they have the power to control what goes on in our parliament. They ban the party decision making. So if that's sorry, na party need the decision about. I don't think say was a man for no a good gem, sir. Let's calm down. I believe strongly say the current leadership now they know what is good for the party. And that doesn't mean say Obi Ayakasa on for Nejiman to home. They know no. You can't even say that because Honorable Harry na Idrisu Obi anim na ho ode wo mrahye bedwafie. We all know. Or you're one of the finest. Untumi nka na we yin from. You can't do that. Aveji you're the park committee chairman. Say public accounts or muguso kra mo interrogate issues about. Yes. So all those people are there. But for now baby a yedru no. Yeah, we crossroad. And the party leadership because the Nigerian can no make sense. Because Obi, honestly speaking, 2024 about one year coming, all borders on economy. A year no crenso, a year pure economy near the campaign. Because Yamia Adona Laji Baumia ba, you nimfa the modern economy, need you no nim opposition, and no be country Ghana for. Because he's the mess in the economy now, person be mess that chicken. So if party not say akoben krum as you say ye pese e kon frontal or certain angular e was see yen sachere kakra. I don't think it's bad. Now when they say enkofo ye yi omones omo na media mu one be kwa akosi. Obi ati said the all class. Na class captain na dey say e to aba na e de ma wa ultimate na so na say appoint wa. We lead kra omra na yeku atu. Sanity. So me the American say me share videos and I think our colleagues from Tamale are more raising issues about that. So I think they are not happy say Honorable Harry na Idrisu Efrim. Sa waka so ko ne sa obetimi akwa so anse obenya another people are almost when you happy. Obetimi akwa Honorable Abreji Krom obenya people are more happy. But the common interest in say we have a party here. Yenisu ade hunu ne se 2024 ye kwa kono ni ebedi nkunim obi NDC ntime nko next election enkulusu magana form fire born in cheyeda ade ba ko ebe Ghana for ya because ende wo hwe o haw ne atete ya owura na nado danko akufuado ene osahene ba wo mi ade efamu na ye ni excuse so the pairing going on there no for now. But say party be take decision na man for kasa ni eni mo hwe. Omo complaining for now no. Consultation be nkwa na no mo penisa.
Ase minority caucus no so mo nim ho hwe.
Minority caucus.
Na mutalaka say we want.
Me tie de mutalaka. But the caucus comes from where? Your party na we de wakotena mejofi na o wate caucus. Meboa.
Yes.
And mo standing orders na mo de ye adwuma no. Also party in the designation of those things. So party akasa. You go by the directives from the party. That is all. And your best and on American obi politics near you, but to be our interest. fatu timu sa me nya atwem se me menka obia woni interest in politics
say no there.
and is a toda na bia decision bi ba na wo hunu se kwan na nka odan ti kwan ne tene you may also get it wrong because me I like Haruna me penasam even 1000% but obi anim so honorable Haruna
There's no 1000%.
I say na me hu dia
100%.
that be a broke we 2000 nyam na mutim ka say NDC for bob sian ko 1000 and something percent edru ho dia near 1000 go MPP for na meka obi say what am I say
Yeah.
so your best your party politics and Charlie team ni ato solid. What am I say?
Okay.
And honorable Kwame Abuja from the voter enclave. And also another solid man. And I'm a boy. Obi deserve Obi. So when you are kwenya na ya to aba. Se represent the full constituency na come rashi be fie no. Obi wonso ye obi ana me boy. So me the meka say mo ma we no me say ye bisi ade atwetwe obi gina ha atwe na obi gina ha atwe see yes our MPP for na bebosi because already in parliament no omoda na ma inso and this year no yanka ye ho amom ni ye ka se nsesan bi aba wo leadership mu we mu wo side
And then same be
party ni ne bebre at the end of the day wo no MP na wo di no wo share boss nka wo kwa akoye we sisi wo kwa message ni si ye ni aban enti won sent me mfa sa aboshe no nko back bi mu. So fight for power. Na nyema ahudo bi asusu se wo se wo mpesu asofo nya no.
Wetimi apre bi akọ.
Enti na party position there so obi abe di bi akọ. Nti ye besre me there. I know say it is
94.7
a bit worrying. That is how I would put it because Obi politics in here can one say no. But
we say, hey, so Eric J can talk slowly like that.
Why?
Semu. Mahmoud Kamara or Temaport and or the way about PK Sapon say Obi tell Eric J that the German South constituency chairman of the NDC did nothing to win that seat. If he is honest, he would admit that infighting in the NPP in that constituency led to the NPP losing the seat. President Akufo-Addo won with more than 11,000 votes margin and our parliamentary candidate lost with less than 1,300 votes. He should be truthful on this for once. PK Sapon and on the way up. Yes.
Sure. Oko wenchi constituency. So say German side no more na mo fi na makon apani ni fi obemo mo ja na mo guso ko ne ade akonwa. We ade was o chroba bonte.
The police coup d'etat against Haruna Idrisu's led minority leadership is quite interesting. Granted, Haruna has failed. How is Ato forcing a better replacement? I thank God none of my relatives is a member of the NDC. Regard to Valentino Ninoy Norte, Clote Kole Messiah, Se Obama, Ewo Pokwase. We say, Obi, good afternoon. Please ask Eric a simple question for me, since he's part of their communications team. On what condition was Honorable Haruna Idrisu and Honorable Muntaka taken then in their front line? Has Ghana not been battling with the economy then and now? I rest my case. Godfred Adoa, our Bronx in New York, and or the way praying. Obi, have you monitored something closely? Honorable Daniel Nikwate Titus Glover has been very consistent defending party and government each passing day. I am always delighted hearing his voice and intellectual input in reference to national issues. I am all ears listening to him. I really admire him a lot. Greetings to the people's mother, Honorable Joanna Frances Ada, First Vice Chair, Greater Accra Region, Barrister Danny Eddie Way Abrain. Alfred Kojo Tradels says, good evening, Obi. If indeed the leadership of the NDC in Parliament were not consulted before this untimely reshuffling of our NDC's leadership, then the functional executives of the NDC have goofed big time and need to do the honorable thing by reversing their unfortunate decision, because the Honorable Haruna Idrisu-led minority has done a lot for the NDC, especially fighting very hard to get a speaker and many other important things. I personally don't think it's the right time for these changes. Alfred Kojo Tradels. Obi, I heard Honorable Titus speaking about his successor not doing anything. The NP for Lejokuku there, we only hear him when they are all shouting, yeah. Nanamponsa Bediako Edie Eni. Nanamponsa Bediako, thank you for your message. Obi, good evening. Is that Eric J talking? Anyway, I reserve my comment. Yaquinta Ewo Ashaima. Good evening, Obi. I think Eric would have to face up to the fact there was no demonstrable consultation or engagement with the parliamentary party of the NDC before the changes. For a party busy criticizing the government for limited consultation, we expected more to prove that they weren't just talking about stakeholder engagement, but that they believed in it. Richard Ahiagba, Director of Communications, NPP. Nedia or no dia prayer. No. Mamintie James Kwabena
Bonfe. Say messages to Mamiano. Obi say Atomoka economic then when they know what is in the economy. 94.7. So Obama message and I'm Samantini. Na say Alhaji Bawumia head of economic management team. Upon mess now we're creating in it. No say Emfa Ghana as a sitting president. So question Ghana for Bubusa and say the Papa Ben e woni mu a ontimi na
this is
this also di man peniansa. He need to anum. But quickly,
yes.
Richard Ahiagba beka say emre bi atwamuko na uru friend uru Akufo-Addo or your opposition leader. Na opema mpeni edi. Je sake national chairman TM pa uru Polafoko ye pamono. Uru Kwabena J Japan general secretary ye pamono. Uru Same Crab no a vice chair ye pamono.
Suspension, they were suspended.
They were brofoned dodo kanitwi. What you say? At the end of the day, no party in the front in the break here now. What they said then is say, what most say was saying of no money. It is a party taking that decision or the coalition to me the commune. Now see will be a leadership, yeah amendments, and I such a woman Rashibi Jeffine no yeah think it true. Where are they coming from? Huh? And I know that we are not on pre so on a airship for majority group.
Sure.
Debt restructuring by the traits in a so kind. Not add the mom. That is how the thing is. So I didn't say see we party not taking a decision. And the MPP for now more testing more palm question more yes more reshuffle more someone yeah you be with you so no more problem. More how is it?
Mamina say James Kwabena Bonfe. Me patcho me yentio the Ekosiisen NDC mu odwen ho sen.
Say o ma sema o. Me kese ka party. You see, I told you as a principal say my guy party politics.
Sure.
Internal party issues na ya na me pese me di hun komo but me 3 general statements. 3 general statements. They can okay say omo be come congress me ba studio ha so dan me ni me open titles na me ka say I could do asare okay where here no they are congress na me ka say before that na me ka say afutu amede ma MPP for PP and amede be ma wo mo and I'll give it to every political party say mo ko internal party contest asamoa ye to abani wia untumi hwe nipa nanim enka wonanim no untumi hwe nipa nanim ensanka no manka wahase no kra manka asemo a untumi say ya to abanachi untumi nsan ensiso appropriate the toso mienu ameka me kan ayibi short statement be free enwuma bi a tawi adama fio Otroye 1982 womo anim tawi adama fio no ni okanja adama fio ni papa no watu din by Nkrumah side the labor and the wounds page 128 paragraph 3
and I read
Ubiti inner party struggle is diabolical and knows no shame. It is as bitter and cruel as civil war. End of quote.
Take it again. Inner party struggles is bitter and knows no shame.
T. A longer sentence,
Yeah.
but I'm picking the relevant part for me.
Sure.
Ina dabi bisa kutame.
No.
Asempa FM.
Eric,
Inner party struggle is diabolical
okay.
and knows no shame.
Knows no shame.
It is as bitter and cruel as civil war.
Inner party.
Yes.
The third statement I made, amanyokuomu akansie enyono say okun de kan no na fere anim unia na omia pa ntie ne na Eric oye wo ha minia wo bro wo bre papa
Muchire no.
third statement and this one is general to political parties. Obi, too many leaders, less leadership. Maybe
Too many leaders, less
leadership.
leadership.
There were canifo bebre. Nso akanye ankasa atwatwe. Omanwa. Let's understand leadership. It's burden bearing. It's long suffering. It's not about privilege or rights or opportunities. It's about responsibilities and duties. And yet show of power.
But how well do you know Haruna Idrisu personally?
My knowledge of anybody is immaterial.
How is it immaterial?
Is it material to the Amakiken?
There is
Haruna.
resistance in Tamale. Videos nibi.
Oh, so, do you know I'm a Tamale boy?
Yes.
Yes. But is it relevant to me?
Chum, muni video no.
Obi, you see, me ba.
My personal. So you know,
your discussion.
No, if I said get here, he has said it publicly. Said, "Oni was say here, me Medina dear." It has nothing to do with my relationship with anybody.
Okay.
I have just expressed me me ka omu
But we a Tamale boy. The air cost we any consequence.
Look.
This is
na
the
video where you
Mami can be mama, can be
oh can be my saying.
Davina Eric, what's your problem?
Na me maintain one say.
O problem is with the video.
What's the topics are more than me be 5.
No, what's your problem with the
video? And they say we video or multimedia. Hey, who? Mom ye wo ho. Ba queen that hwan. In some more chroma obi.
Na say nsem no we so kan nsem no.
As be kasai.
Obi yan next item.
Obi. So far no watch video no.
So far I say there one out video.
Yen TV me ma commentary. Yen TV won bia. I'm sure they are shocked and disappointed of this development. Na yebesira mo say ma when leading to destruction of properties of the party because banasa second on the ABG and the Ekosiisen. They should not live to a prapra. Na they are danger. It's not going to help. Change naba. Adiba kwa nipa dasani yempe nsisaye change. Eba yempe yentiasie. But enyesi say ya you leave everything in the hands of God. I mean you nim the oye. The open oye. And I will urge the supporters of Honorable Haruna Idrisu to let it go. He has paid his dues and everybody knows. Everybody knows for the past 6 years and 1 month, you look at his performance minority, I've been so phenomenal. Wayadi, Muntaka fantastic. At the point in time, got to me challenge speaker or any Nyadria or Jan Naso a yani argument forcefully. The reason why he disagrees with the speaker, as Speaker Bakaja said, he will find it difficult to catch his eye the next time. Now, Wabe need pay the dues. Nas leadership of the party feels say a made say almost fine. And the Yama say me problem na many one say the methodology I want to fast to effect the change and for me. And what has been the input? Mr. Mama must come out. He must let us know because this is an important decision of their party. You want to be their leader, flag bearer, and they are taking such a decision, and we don't see your input, whether Ujitu man, Wenjitu.
Yeah, but he's not leader of the party. The input will not matter.
No, he's a presumptive leader. That is what they say. Presumptive leader. Matia Minia Suini, Ayusu, Okujeto, Ayusu, that term. Presumptive leader. So to take a sensitive decision like this without the input of the former president.
Mate, Eric Ajay, I made it Kabila Nechas here. Kabila, any other business. One cast now. What tell you?
Honorable titles.
Mr. Mamun
said, meba team ono ye kasa ma honorable team
okay the moment yenya abotre one after the other me pamcho one after the other yes
me say ye wo party ye wo ye nhihye MPP leader of the party Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo mo pe kwan ya mo congress you say mo ya de mo koyi mo MPC ni ade o say ono openesia mo so mo pedisia o ye be ma akoye. Yeah, your party constitution. No. The leader of the party now, Enye Ura Mahama. The leader of the party is the national chairman. Anuntina, in the said statement now, okay, or see the leadership, no, and I take this decision. So why dragging in Ura Mahama? As you say, it was so ye be no 1 year. No, you don't do that. Okay. He's a former president, and I will say ye will be more friendly presumptive flag bearer. That is it. Me, he's my choice. What am I saying? So if I know Sa na ye can that be never input Ben and Kawin.
Hey, decision.
Party are taking decision now. Obi, yes, by 13 May. Ye be you be obey the party name. Remember, near your mom bejina name wom rashe bedwem. Until see be ye can force or Monday econo because you pay or your interested party in a DBN Ekoso. And now the leadership is managing the affairs of the party. So, Mr. Party are taking decision. Don't drag him
James Kwabena Fair. Any other business, me pacho?
Well, Obi, me visa topics out this Sunday, you know. Particular one on the Auditor General's report. Now, me can say, me can't. Na mahunse ye kan hun sembe
sure
particularly COVID-19 expenditure any your friend saying statements are Ziza intia beka say oya be former na say current minority leader yes we make statement
Haruna Idris wana oya former minority leader
has it been established
no one here say don't get here.
No, Obi, I call Parliament.
Sure.
Parliament.
The party has taken the decision. And the standing orders, Neka say a party may decide. That decision has been made.
Standing orders.
Parliament would only ratify. The Speaker would only ratify.
Standing order, no national constitution, no share one.
Na hin ebo ebrasi here.
Maybe some say me anu share one penny.
Oh, if we get there, send you be an entire constitution.
Okay. Ntina make say.
Yes.
Nti say NC your parliament. Say yes, twintwan so kakra. But some me say say issue no me community. Me make it general statement. But the important thing is a statement be on so I make it about the Ekosiisen.
94.7.
Obi, me person me start free me view on Auditor General's report. Afi be me catch ro. Ye pray ye ho wo man mu hadodo. Nti ya nsem bebre won mu a ye ndosuko enko wie peyo. Nti u kai say
made the same point.
Okay, say last week me can make a statement be about Honorable Okujeto Ablakwa. Ne attitude in Nsembia na Ekoso about the cathedral. Me raising obi sandi message be by as if say it's personal between hey minia sami onim. Yes, yeah, we have respect for each other. But I don't approve of his methods. Because I think sometimes they are low. And what in the end? And the Auditor General's report no obi offer a national constitution.
Asempa FM.
Now call
94.7.
Auditor General's Article 127. Huh? Now can now ba 187 clause 5 Emma Quantre the Auditor General's report no enya finality.
Okay.
Ena abako samso da hono mu say Auditor General's report Crawford the court ama ya che Auditor General said yo ye no say bi wanye ni ye ni ade ebi so hono akopie wo Public Accounts Committee a anya nyina so ama ya hu kra say the ono report ye no ebi ana e wo fa enwie peyo esen ko kan chen say do sika no the make sraka nyina say yenya abotre kakra. If you say it is not a conclusive report and there are two tendencies Jimu amaye kakra say Auditor General's report na nkasa no it may deficient, it may tossing because all ministries ni bini agencies na the mpanimfo wo ho no be ka kire say wo ma accounts ni o ma accounts ni no e no di adwuma bi accounts bi won mo kura it is hidden from them. Na me pese me allegation sometimes the allegation say nsem ni bi kura wo no mo a o mo bohye. So when you say Auditor General Zankasa, you were a special audit report on the office of the Auditor General. What will be that?
Who watches the watchman?
Yes, but no, that is there. If you go to the National Constitution, it is very clear. Say the Auditor General's, I say. The accounts, this is Article 187, Clause 5. The accounts of the office of the Auditor General shall be audited and reported upon by an auditor appointed by Parliament. You were in Parliament for how many terms? 2 terms. Did you ever see that?
I don't know because I was not.
But it should come to Parliament. Obi me can't wait to say near eda mframamu aye kano me kwabra bon fe metia ne medi mitumi ebuagu but ahunu bi penti na abo aserewa o gene banta ta no di nani ato nchen. Auditor General's report last year ebaye ehun sem yankan wi da ye monkogu ye previous year ye kan ya mwankogu ekowie sen oman ben na da biada ya ye ho a 30-day nation assemble first 30 days first 10 days ne akani din second 10 days na defense aba na ye yi the third 10 days na fe de hwete sam na eko
Asempa
You're serious
FM
as a nation.
94.7.
Obi, you're serious as a nation. How meticulous and detailed and an Auditor General's report, you know, I can was me, and how conclusive and there were instances I say anybody because on ma ya query ya more ya the query a comma or more response or more no Auditor General fails to include or capture it. And anytime people say, is it a conclusive
Asempa
document?
FM
If it is not,
94.7.
how can we tear ourselves apart by it? Now, may can be because me, but now, when you mean your penny, Dr. Asibe Kasano. Obi, Obia, or Peno, Onkofa, Professor Intiamwa Bedu Committee report, the last Presidential Emoluments Committee. On money, clear say, this exaggerated fixation about Article 71 office holders being a burden on the public personnel was not true. But can what happen? May sense to be. Of course. Miniana can send be na obi, Miss Macawan mo pay. Opani bi I mean news and never put my boni dia. And no can send be I was a politician thought that na yen na da kakra. Nada no ne de ohi. Say, oh yeah, oh or ministers do also. It's a political statement to show say
For the optics.
for the optics. One na we use word me the yana me say make optics no. Say oh ya me yahwe. Oh ya me who say oh atin can be. But ampampa say ye how no so no minyin say no kresa na san kwamba na befa so de peri yo ni no kredi ye adwuma obiti GES directorate obiti district assembly directorate obiti metro sub metro office obi tumidie tantantan a wo ye no ho no sika efa mo nsase no yehu eya na efi say e normal me I don't want to cite me nim enkrofo a wo makogi revenue twa gigi under 6 months na wa shase ye bibia obi a wa bob 20 years aban adwuma mu onsi bi da o maya yetim no na no asem bia meti a me hu dwire me. I'm sorry, I got hands so be contribute to the National Cathedral. Oh, one catcher.
Listener, a bind Roman branch, and yet like
Obi, Namini said me, my sorry, in Kang.
SDA Kang.
Aye, me and Dynamite, me, she I saw them. I would never have believed it until me confirm we from high sources say Eyamba.
That's SDA influential church in the country. Indeed, why would you be surprised?
Influential church, and so Ghana Education Service. You schools, education committees, Ghana Education Service. This is their act, 2008, as amended of the amendment to the 1995 one. Almost setting up your friend say. Me say me who dream me. Say you go trebi. Now tell. Ah, we dey we say hunu. Hey, Obi, I will tell you why I'm making that reference. So, man, I team no.
Na say see Ghana for baby na emfo aso say ye dey on mine sika ABC. Say sorry na contribute to the so what's the problem?
Ghana for be na emfo aso.
Oh, baby
your
na
parliament they approved it. Your national your Supreme Court approved it. Obi, I went to the Supreme Court on that matter.
Oh, I know. So what can we have done?
And I am telling you this. I know how people made me feel for standing out. Let's cut the hypocrisy. The National Curriculum, the National Council for Curriculum and Assessment, Ghana Education Service, OCO Section 17. Or SDA for now see what influence. Who did I'm sorry. There is established by this act a body to be known as the National Council for Curriculum and Assessment, consisting of Obobocha and then Oban sorry Nitio. That is subsection 1C Roman numeral 11. The Catholic Bishops' Conference and the Joint Anglican Diocesan Council. The Federation of Muslim Council and Ahmadiyya Mission. Christian Council and the Ghana Pentecostal Council, and the ministry responsible for labor.
That's a sorry beyond anything. Now what's what I'm now.
What classify the Christian Council? Our council, the Christian Council and the Ghana Pentecostal Council, charismatic churches.
And as the Emuka Christian Council, but said Oba classify my account. There should be nothing wrong with it.
Obi, you are not.
You know the number of churches in Ghana. You won't put any argument or say you shut down.
The person what you say, who can say you influence?
I'm buying funny sequence. In sorrow to contribute to and why I ask him. This is
who tell the American. Now, Chumna, yes, Cathedral, yes, you know, and now my watch you or Mamuhano. And American was, you're not listening to me. You are supporting the development of the thing. Let's cut the hypocrisy. Look, but me, I'm not even. There was a question I didn't raise at the Supreme Court, but they answered it.
Okay.
Say, whether or not Omar was counted by here, and the Supreme Court say there will always be need for it. That was never an issue I raised.
You raised.
Obi, for me, the point was whether it was constitutionally appropriate or not. The Supreme Court answered. Omo answer no mo de ma ye no. even though I didn't agree with them entirely, no, I didn't have the strength and had no, I didn't make the decision, say, I'll go for a review. Until we take the decision they have given, no, as a law. Yeah, I say, and no, yeah, you 10. I be say, I have force, so I'm gonna do pen so head through no. Yeah, clear home. Now, actually, yeah, the person make no.
Mate.
Enti, media, Obi, Auditor General, some no makanwe, me the way be famu. Ya benya abotre.
Ama.
Na, mrano so ho. Ya final report. Ni hu say, Auditor General na nkasa adwuma oyeye no. Oye ni ye.
Anasa wa.
Ana wanye ni ye. Oye ni ye a. Mrano man ho kwan say obe search charge.
Sure.
94.
No search charge obi so no wan search charge ni ye. Nipa no ho kwan say court. The burden of democracy, Obi, okay, is a fidelity to law.
To the rule of law.
Law, constitutionalism. And Fango ne say, Wodi or say Philip or say Bunsu, Uye Minia, now Uye Minia, no crab ne ye can anima, as I say,
Or say, very well. May I say, about an hour ago, the official Twitter handle of Honorable Haruna Idrisu, the handle at Honorable Idrisu, was the official Twitter account of Honorable Haruna Idrisu, Member of Parliament for Tamale South Constituency and Minority Leader in Parliament of Ghana. 1 hour ago, no tweety with a picture near a picture or Parliament or sending nose mask, Puma branded nose mask, and or say never let a wishbone grow where a backbone should be. I will and forever serve my country. And at Honorable Idrisu. Amen. Eso tweet no. Eso. Eric J. Any other business now Honorable Mfaye. Sima num. Yeah. Tell me verification and so.
Can I state your name? Can help you on.
Well, who boss? The twaso. Ose edu so a obe ba mesan akan ama. Eric J, any other business me patcho?
Na dia say me near penita it was me interested where a party no too much.
Cry more than the
Who's it serious? Because I need
those animals for you. Better have animals.
And me tears is here now. We be attesting. Hey, my boy, na dream. Never, you just left to a kakran. You do your headquarters, but then you not can't man. Obi, make something small because I mean a penny raising National Cathedral issue. Obi, one the issue of National Cathedral. You move be more your war. Like I dream be the found. They said they not make a miss me cry my sorry in TB. Yes, is here or no case. Sana I'm off for a cheer and comment is a motia no more man.
Asempa FM 94.7.
Me, I am not against Nyame Ejuma. Because you move more Nyame Krona drum. And no dear bedu baby a dream. Enti adom na ye didi hono. Yentimi say adom no. Enti adie bia a four Nyame Ejuma so e wo kwampa so no. Some of us you best support to always. Or call courts. They are now wenya. But I think the court of Kwana right. At times you have to test the law. Now you know the position of the law because at the end of the day, no judgment by say na be case law. The opinion.
Na me kompentremu, na me pentremu.
Onti one lose one.
Na me dey say am for the case malusu case. I wanted to understand the relationship between the state and our religious practice or faith.
Okay.
So
and the Supreme Court, even though they declined original jurisdiction of interpretation, they assumed enforcement right.
And
went ahead
the project
to make a pronouncement. Say they disagreed with arguments.
For now, me I don't want to delve into.
Cathedral is
cathedral per se. The occupy or court and you no more can discuss. But the me person met Ghana 40 as and say manning here see say in someone when you are black or monkey can they are all Ghanaians. obi see a yetimamufo ne de
obi a opinion
and this obi eba abonten na oba bekire na adwe na one ne nya adwe enti na last week na woni ha one o man hene so ba hye mo kakra some ba mo kakra
so ye kire adwe de o ba hye
there say bono mo o man hene am say
now adwe ade a wa encourage no obi ye bia no wa ba bet na say ba
hye bi wo ho mo de mo pass judgment flat
judgment
video no masere
even the Supreme Court akase say criticize the Supreme Court and they use the word almost no matter how rambunctious the criticism is still now they will be here where I say nipa na kire na adwen
that's a odika koma ho ayi wo Adum TV say we over Ekosiisen
no by
that na onya CJ Ede born no ayi me catch on is open cooking conditioner me say open cooking conditioner I'm from I mean in the fan face so
you cannot approbate who encourages a man for share opinions obi express your opinion don't come and be bashing you don't do that
opinion share no mo buy mo hia say na mo
na say hia say me your opinion
mo me no obi a host no obi a panel member enti mo no mutimi kire ma adua mo de ne kisan wi ani e cannot credit that na mo kire ma adua atwa sign that
say yem ko overboard
very keje betumi akwa Eric we
o ko overboard yem ko overboard
so my we die da now to na
one ko overboard o ko overboard am catch
it was so wrong
but let's proceed
but the person Ghana for tears the issue of National Cathedral obi our interest but amount for be raise a lot of concerns on say ade ne sha ase a mampani say ye ne die so no obi ne oba abonten be kan bibia because on na da so ne die na woni obi and we beka kire say de ode ahya Nyankopon bo no say ye agidifo e de obi hye ne nyame bo a yenim say ye one ne ntemu apam nti ewie na ebe ye national boshe na o say ye nyina na oso dae na mai nti ye moa no nsi aso wo da me ba
through Parliament and the Supreme
Court adena o minus room through Parliament and
your representation approved seed money for it
the omode dodge na
how the dodge I sent it to you
I mean
that is one of the issues I sent before the Supreme Court
Manenka said
your people your
2019 budget no 2018 you know
obi what they find that seed money I think 25 million yeah fine about so
mo approve here
and I then I kabila anything
Kwabena Bonfe James
already Madi can make me position clear say ade e fa Nyankopon hu bia na I support it but kwan ya fa so aye enti ma Owura Kufu Ado be ka kire ye say e one ne nyame ntemu ampam later no se Ghana fo ina ya moa no enti o seed money fine ya grant seed money na ma wawie me Cathedral me problem am wo nyina ye baby a yesi ni demolition ayaye because Nyankopon na
location
yes that is my problem because of here ka yabo adan ye dwiregu si yesi ye budan ye sidan te said omo ye wo Yokobo e ho no bi ye bu hospital egu abesi hospital sa adan mfofo enti eto dan ye ya ade a
na sa hospital omo start
o ko da ben
me busa o question
aye quiet nye President Kufu
no ye la polyclinic right
yes in community see also
me say la general hospital yeah
la general senya na nado a senka eje bibia ba kwaje boto me se me kosi abusuanfi a me ko ye ni pesi no mabu ni nyina agu utie me se me bu agu asifofo ubugu ye wunti bi sha sense we ukrombosman ka waku se abusuanfi a ne ma se form dangerous so the air can say ne there's a hospital facility here. There's a hospital facility here. Me no ka say. Na no papa ba ko kuta microphone here. Onam krum. Oso mu yare omunya baby nko. Mampani ebuagu.
Ewo area.
Wo bu ade nagu. Oh, suban bi sa wo de oba demolition exercise nko na we. O record bi a wa set in Ghana hanye. So looking at the cost. Yo ma cost adan ahodo charge for adan.
Asempa FM 94.7
scholarship secretary baby
passport office
it is too much obi why now me so wo dan no so person na parliament in chenwa sa na o ka kire no se minim se dan no so na no pa se wieo
na so on ka se oson dan o ye promise
now
and no you different from the wason dan
obi jai maintenance now me ba ha na mbehye bo a me no na chetua enti wodi adie we nyina ho a eniema wadwire agu ne e ka o man no bo and nyese obi e wo se Ghana ye do level bi anse aye ne but obi ye nyansan mu no ye die hiansan ye die fata
okay
me ba ha on Friday apiate corona explosion
yeah apiate yeah
na fe pepepe bro
ye won TV so
good ye won kofo a obi asem na esi ye no ebi mu da so gu asipiti sisi a omunyanya ahusane papa besi
that's true
ye won kofo mo dan ahye tent ne abobo amanfo dem eno no enye contingency by a timid cathedral share budget team say contingency what country are we building nyamezi wonya ba bi
the two are not mutually exclusive
what are you telling me
no
Bible
and kabila so won so musisi ana omusisi adan so what's your point
enti say ye ka kire me nua kabila si esi nyame dan ansa ya ko wie apiate a eto na so
that is not the situation
that is the situation
na ne o
let's say apiate omusi dan we
ana me say tie me ase because obi dangerous o sika ewura form e won national cathedral $56 million ne ejiri why 339 million Ghana cedi foundation
and no your foundation and all other related payments are from that
related
budget
payments say
cut your fair akwana cra say
fine
architect ni we so payment ni free size
30 million
ni na free size can be
on a design bed khalifa no I thought that we should be
your commentary you na mean
honorable na certain things odwen ho on tiase
okay
World Trade Center on a design 130 million any what am I say any coordinator here kofa ne buy Samedo say 28 million Ghana cedi why and those are the issues I raise so quickly on Auditor General's report onsemo a woka say a toda fine
management responses near the
idea say the more can in etiase ba obeka ya we especially auditor mo here right
yeah on COVID spending
I think there was some discussion at our parliament and the court triggered this special audit report. So I think that was within last year. Obi, had it not be even this report about one thing, Ghana ni be nim say COVID no. Na ye profit making ma abayon tisi. Connection mind for COVID connection no de be. Who doesn't know? Na mema won conclude answer mema fa. Obi, because what they did in this country,
relevant state institutions should.
The Auditor General's report by the constitutional practice.
Okay.
And you're conclusive.
No, I buy your idea, say. No, you said something. I know you adwene. Maybe I near the aba. Near jai. And no me know you adwene. What do we supposed to do as a nation? See a best sign yakwan. But in the issue of COVID, even had it not be this special audit report.
Anka umunim dada.
No, Ghana ni bia nim say connection man fu be didi are no. Because we are seeing in aban yo didi are ho ye Owura Akufo-Addo aban. And now me know say this government is still taking COVID levies from us. And nipa otwa COVID levy kan say audit report we are. Uji this order obebo mpaya mananado. Obi. Sanitizer ye toma nkwala and say report in my any nim say makoka omrehye be fe say cost $100 million. Obi
sanitizer
aduane a ye no ano brono bi so won kran ene ye no abi wo brono bi so okumase se bronfo ne ka brono a wote ase petamu nye senkranfo nyina didi o ewie ya kanititi sika 54 billion ade obi awe na ntwe ba ko it is enyama no bi wa it is so e poisonous class e mo ka kire why look at the report and let me know kwajo upon kroma omo nyina sa na omo so omo je risk allowance
mami
kwajo no wapa ne you see some of the things no are so disheartening and we ought to say so you are telling me say other government officials no omo de na omo hu hia and Jefferson Seki mu no omo gu presidency the deputy director of communication be 19 no omo nyina na omo wo mpane is that what they are telling us?
What's the budget na saying?
Yeah, can it is 54 billion.
54 billion.
And 54 million. But can it is 54 billion? Say 50 cedis nota.
That will say 54 million Ghana cedis. So they be 540 billion.
That be Tidiano. Kufuor na American. No, say 50 cedis nota. To create a 100. What do you mean? I am.
Honorable Pacho, yeah, sorry. Honorable, me Pacho, yeah, sorry. Na, yemko.
I charge it. I done it.
British Caledonia player. I done it. Emre Daniel. Sesi na no more for more to be kasai. ɛna wonde sɛ aba foforɔ yo yeah kakra meka ne sɛ topics na domidi maye no Duncan Williams any is one about ka sɛ yen
suspending audit spending so far yeah.
But I think they can still do any audit without necessarily suspending
the project. Okay.
So even though they are right to suggest that, you can't stop the project. So long as you look at cost and time, they can continue to build whilst the auditing can continue. Na obi ehu de wo mu na dia mekan say wo be ye auditor. I started my work in Alworks as an internal audit assistant. We do what we call pre-audit meeting. Actually, the scope and the methodology the audit is going to take. Or your report no so in the course of it queries be obiano or the ba I'm here respondo. Now or your reporting finally we are the we call the exit. Or transia the one who near or the mamodu beninya the teacher. But said ya Kabila edi kind no some of the audit reports in Yano, there are a few lapses here and there. And I'm sure say PAC of Parliament will be able to address those areas. For example, media information for Adiana Bayano. They said they were ready with receipt and everything to really justify those spending. They didn't capture all that. Then they run quickly to the reporting and India one make a and for me, I have no problem. Anybody who was involved directly without a just cause. The audit rules no makwine for surcharging. They should be surcharged. People need to be punished. We hear audit report now we share scar ye twegunwa. Edu baby, then we are going around to struggle to look for money from the IMF. It means the people in authority are the responsibility that show them. They must sit up and supervise well. Yama Obi, he's in charge of this show. The productive team led by Domin, any Justin, any Chumninano, Eboma Yejuma, and to be a Yedejuma shows, Shasuna Yedi. At what I do. Now, Ubia Tweto, Ediabani Yedi Juma, Naskana would ye Juma, now won't Shasum Fan Yejuma, now would ye Emfatadia. We have every right to ask you to refund the money. And people must be punished. People need to be punished for wrongdoing to serve as a deterrent. Defending government in the media space has not been easy for us as communicators. That you want us to come and defend? No. And to be a discabi and what's so dear, I was so fit.
On fit.
Or some of it.
Hot here me wa.
The beer only had 2 sins. Oh, bro.
Let me that's
Oh, bro.
Let me that's it.
The ones upon Chrome, I mean, your James were tearful too. What don't you?
What don't you call?
Oh, no, Omar reshuffle now. That's what
information mean me the press.
I said you any information.
Won't you me the press?
And the COVID. Ozamozo, young canukre.
Yes.
When you look at COVID, PA, and Namuntu are buying a 2 year, you could tear COVID now. For me, I'm so pleased about it. We shared the Juma ye Okromwa, would you compare sub-region, even advanced countries, India, UK, America, the we are ye dear Nukrano, and so did be. And he said, me, Eric, any of this one or any moo with the Covisika and the Maya say, you want a Kromwa. No smacks are near Crevia Buchiriba. And the Bezakuva to do says, look, you have a Nancy, and then it be a ye Okromano. Let's do it here. Nayen one yes can be Tiaka. Where ye? Menkasa. For me, and so we have been so well with the discharge of our duty as quite a fast one. You could covered.
Okay.
Now we have vaccines now, and it's about topical in the AG report.
Yes.
Say your TS $120 million, and worth of $38 million of vaccines, $5 million an additional 1 million, making 6 million, because we don't have the storage facility to store all of them. And the scanner does work. And the agent is a young good scanning in Fambra, and then we go for seems as a discount. Because we lack the system and the opportunity to store. And you know, yes, stagger. Say injections na vaccine one was according to 10 and then you credit bishop. But as a business man, say what do we for Zika Koshe baby sa? What do we baby fufro? And the media, yes, he and Fambra Yanga Karabi war. Something less than about $2-3 million.
Okay.
Looking at the trajectory of injections,
okay.
Said then we can use some of the money. Agenda 111 near Funkoshim, to be in term near
very well.
Then finally on the touch all the
Training college for strike now.
I mean, can't training me name the whole cover training college for strike. And I think no. Any DM
my emphasis.
Everybody's about
your face.
And
next week you better also.
Now can I introduce you to the man? Come on. Obi come on. Obi come coach leader. Go me in
the Ose, never let a wishbone. Never let a wishbone grow where a backbone should be.
Can you imagine?
I will and forever serve my country.
I salute you, leader. I salute you.
Inner party struggle in my politics and knows no shame. It is as bitter and cruel as civil war.
Yeah, party me.